So today we're looking at all of the CDMs to see which one's the best and is there any that you're missing out on. We've got a few of the kind of older ones now. The Path to Glories are obviously the brand new ones, and we have got moments, we've got a couple of Galazzos, mainly icons if anything, and the main reason for them, and a lot of the time for a lot of the icons at the moment, is there's some great evolutions going around. This is kind of what we knew, not necessarily from the start, but we guessed from the start is more of an accurate description, is the fact that a Patrick Vieira base can now be evolved, Ronaldinho could have been evolved, you've got Gullits in there as well, plus all of the other SBC players, a Team of the Year Saliba, a Thunderstruck Varane, and yes, some of them do have better cards. Patrick Vieira most definitely has got some incredible cards going on. We've got his Team of the Year that is still phenomenal, and then an unbelievable upgrade into his Greats of the Game. But the problem with them players is how expensive they truly are. If you was to look at kind of Patrick in himself, we've got the 96 coming in at 2.3 mil, and we've got the Team of the Year coming in at 700. Now, I'm not necessarily the biggest promoter of buying a player with coins anyway, because you can use them coins for upgrades. Not 9 times out of 10, the main teams everybody uses are all untradeable. It's just what happens, because you get in that cycle. Maybe you've got yourself a very good Matthias, you've got yourself Gerrard free, Nunez SBC, Pushgas is free. There is no real reason to waste all your coins, and half of the time, if you look at kind of like the downward spike, it depends on when you bought him, but you look at someone like a Team of the Year Vieira, if you paid for him here and didn't bother getting rid of him, even if you kept him, say you kept him from March the 1st, and you didn't get rid of him by March 25th, there's 2 million lost instantly, like straight away. Then if you go to April, 3 mil, and eventually it comes down. Now we know that's how a market works, so holding a card like this for that long is just stupid in itself. Like, genuinely, that's the whole point of it. But when it comes to now buying him, maybe a little bit more, but then we do have footies coming right around the corner. So again, it becomes very much more difficult to say go and hold this card, because more than likely in literally a month's time they're going to be 100k in discard pretty much. That is it. But when we look at some of the greats of the games, they have had a phenomenal upgrade into the game. Some of them are just light years above everybody else. There's obviously a few that kind of are on the lower scale. I must admit, I've got Vieira in here, yet I don't actually have a Gullit for some reason. I've got all of the other Gullits. I tend to kind of put him more towards a box-to-box, but to be fair with Gullit, he can play pretty much everywhere, can't he? If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. So we'll add him in. We've got him in here now. 97. It's an obvious one for him. He is just incredible. Like, obviously, he's a lot of coins as well. He's not going to come in but cheap by any means. 8.9 million pretty much. You got 2.7 on the 94, 1.75 of the Centurion still, 650 on the base, but that obviously was due to an evolution as well, that you could make him into that 93, and there was one prior to that, I'm pretty sure as well. I think, can you make the you can make the Centurion's 94 as well. Obviously the 94 can't be upgraded, which is fair enough. In terms of where I'd value the Gullits, I'd say the top two here would go. I'd then go with the base version. Ooh, I think in terms of what he produces, he's up here. You could argue an S still. I think you could, but there is a lot of top end cards, so we'll obviously go through the list and kind of see as we go forward. If we look at a few of the old cards, you've got the likes of Benessa, you've got Xhaka. They're not really going to do too much nowadays. I think you're looking at more your Rices. Again, I think you could argue between them just because obviously you've got the 96. You've also got Rodri somewhere as well. There he is. You've got the 96. Whether I'd say they're absolute top, because now we're looking at the likes of a Cam and Vinger, we're looking at De Jong, and I know the cards are different, Footbin changed their way of card creation as well, so that's messed up all of this until next year. But in terms of kind of the difference now is, you see like Rice and Rodri, they've got phenomenal stats across the board, but we're waiting for that big upgrade for them. More than likely, Rodri is going to get a team of the tournament, especially if they do go through into the final. Whether they even win, to be honest, as well. Same with Rice. I think if they do win, a lot of the English players will get in. Right now, probably not, because let's be real. The actual performances haven't been fantastic, but if you do win it, you've got no arguments to say that some of them most definitely should be in it. And I think Rice could be one that plays that vital part. We look at the likes of Essien. To be honest, I think he's kind of outdated now. Same as Makalele. They're just there, really. And maybe, yes, they could still do a shift. I'm not saying that, even if like you look at your Xhaka at B+, I'm not saying that they're totally useless. You can use a silver team and still get the best out of them. But compared to the other CDMs that we've got, they're definitely on the lower end. I think Matthias goes up here. Now, with Gerrard and Kroos, as much as I really like them as a CDM, I think both of them are more towards a centre mid, if anything, because their stats are just so balanced across the board. Like Gerrard's got his 99 shooting, mainly come from the upgrade anyway, but you could argue the CDM, more so for Kroos really, but they both have a very nice defensive playstyle, plus with obviously the anticipate and also the intercept. I think they are absolutely up there. Ugarte is going to be another one that I think is brilliant in game. Very, very much a CDM if anything, but he's still got a bit to give. He's coming in at the 94 at very, very cheap value, but Uruguay are still not out as well, so they are still kicking around. And obviously with your, is he a make your mark, I want to say? Is he a make your mark? He is a make your mark. I want to say he might have finished, no, he might not have finished all the upgrades in fact, because they didn't have a round of 16. So the semi-finals, if he's been playing, should be still available. The question is, where is he on this list? Did I just go past him? Did I see him there? No, apparently I didn't. That's Nunez. Come on, we've seen him somewhere. Garnacho. There's so many on this list. I would love to be able to just type it in from his name as well, but apparently that's not a thing. Oh my. Watch him be the last name on this list. No, no. Oh. Have I gone past him then? No. He is a yeah, he's a make your mark. Have I literally gone past him? Let's slowly go. So wait for the blue. There's Martinelli. Garnacho. No, no. No more blue. Did I go past him or is he just not there? A little bit quicker. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. He's not there, is he? Oh. He wasn't there. So, oh, okay, so he's not actually had any upgrades yet. So he needs 2 goals or assists. It's very unlikely now. We're getting into the semi-finals. Obviously, they've got Colombia. Still a shout. He's got 3 out of 5 appearances, so he's going to need to beat Colombia and actually beat or go play the match in Colombia and then go and play in the match in the final as well. Whether that happens, I don't think so, but I think he's still a very good statted CDM card, most definitely. We then have the likes of kind of like your Oberdorfs. I think she could still put in a shift. Same as Conte, was kind of expecting a big upgrade for him. He has been spectacular in the Euros. And then we've also got the cards like Ramires and Yaya Toure. They are due the upgrade. I guarantee they're going to be there for footies. I'm surprised that we didn't get a Ramires from obviously the greats of the game. I know maybe he didn't do incredible in the Brazil squad, especially with what they've given us with R9, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. There's a lot of upgrades there, and Cafu as well. So I can understand maybe not giving too many more Brazilians, but would have been a great card. Now obviously there is chances of a lovely evolution for, I want to say Yaya's version. I don't know if it's specifically that one. We obviously have got one for the 87, I believe. Would make him a 94 with that lucky 7s. Very, very good upgrade for itself, especially just to get him that next level up. With the 91, I think it's the 88 that can be upgraded. I'm pretty sure into a 93 incisive pass master, 89 with unleashing potential. We then obviously have got one for the 87, which would be the lucky 7s as well. So there's now multiple things for Yaya, but when we look at this card specifically, I'd kind of put him on the level. He's there as an overall for his in-game bit of stats. Maybe the playstyle pluses could be better, but I think when we look at the likes of these cards, these should be absolutely up there. But the progression of the game is crazy at the minute. Like, we are getting so many 94, 5, 6, 7 cards, and then we're just going to go up even more. I guarantee a lot of people would be choosing some of the team of the seasons, the path to glories, the greats of the games, over potentially a base Gullit, a definite base Yaya Toure, or at least a fantasy Yaya Toure. It's just how the game works until he gets an upgrade. We saw Ronaldinho, lovely future star, but then we got Neymar's team of the season, we got a Rivaldo great to the game. Once he then gets his upgrade, he's back on top again, and it's exactly what will happen with these two. Benessa, I'd probably go for to be honest, I'd probably go even bottom tier for him. Capu wasn't a big fan, if I'm being brutally honest for him. I thought he was okay, but definitely now is coming on the lower end. Sissoko never hit the ground running this time round. One that I did like, I did like Zachariah. That's just a personal preference. I could definitely argue him down in the A, in the B+, but I thought he was a decent card. I felt like the physicality was better than what was said on the card as well. We've got Cruz as the 94. Not really feeling it too much now. I think it was a great card to begin with. Nice upgrade ability. Obviously, it went on to be the number 1, but unfortunately, it's been taken out by a free card. Or if you've managed to do him and then get him in packs, to be fair, and then got Gerrard, then that's fair enough as well. Grace, I'd drop her down one now. I felt like she was a brilliant CDM to start with, and now we're starting to get towards the end of the game. It's just how it works. Kimmich, he never really got going, to be honest with Kimmich. I really felt this year he's been so underwhelming on everything. Like, he's had one card this year. It's just not enough. Like, obviously they didn't win the final, is what it is. But I know when they lost the semi-final, sorry. Long ball pass, pinged pass. It's just not enough. Whereas when we're used to it, 96, 97, and obviously prior to that as well, always had a solid high-rated upgrade. And this year, it's just not been there, to be honest. We have Busquets is definitely dropping down now. The weight of that 99 passing and the triple play style plus of passing is very much just in itself really now. Stanway, I would say the same as about Grace. Unana's a fantastic showdown. Very good to get the upgrade as well. I believe he only got the half the upgrade, I want to say. I'm pretty sure he could have been 95, but he only got the 94 from drawing, I want to say. I want to say it was him and Rabiot. Both of them incredible cards. You're obviously looking at 76,000 for him. He's coming in at 6'4", 5-star weak foot. Great dribbling, defending, physical. He's got himself the incisive pass for a little bit of passing. Bruiser for the strength and a bit of intercept as well. Never going to argue with that. Rabiot, on the other hand, decent card. I felt like he's kind of more aiming towards a box-to-box, but this one, with the anticipate, definitely more on the defensive side with less shooting by a little bit, and it's a nice upgrade from the 92 as well. So I was very, very happy with both of these cards, just getting at least one little upgrade from them. We still got some absolutely big hitters. I think Tyler Adams puts himself in the S. I think Bentancur, Bruno G definitely go into that S+. I think them two are nuts in themselves. Unfortunately with Bruno, didn't quite get himself too far, whereas Bentancur's got the chance of a 5-5 against Colombia and a 98 on the final if they do manage to get through that as well. It'd be a huge, huge upgrade for him. We still have a few of the other Path to Glories as well. I'd go Mascherano and Desai as CDMs in that S easily. They are centre-backs originally. I think they are perfect as a CDM when it comes to it, especially for Mascherano. Desai you can get away with, but without the anticipate on Desai, I'd push him up a little bit with the anticipate on Mascherano. I think it's more just the height for him. His body type's decent enough, but I'd rather have like a Virgil and a Saliba together and him sitting just in front. At 5'9", we've not seen many Cannavaros. That is exactly the reason. There's just not enough on that height for him. Whereas I think with Desailly, you've got the height, you're just missing the playstyle plus. Tchouaméni, absolutely love him. Scott McTominay, not a bad card. I know he didn't really get too much of the upgrades. It's kind of is what it is. But 68k for a very standard nice upgrade. Aerial plus, bit of pinged pass and an intercept at 6'4" also. And a decent amount of stats across the board as well. I don't think there's any arguments there. Xabi Alonso is an argument. I think as a card that I wouldn't normally expect to be in that top tier, I think he's very, very close. Like I could argue bringing Bruno G down purely compared to what we're looking at Bentancur and Xabi Alonso being in that S, because I think Xabi Alonso is phenomenal. The upgrade from him was brilliant. He got the 99 shooting, which was kind of one of the perfect ones. You look at just the anchor on him as well. It literally just takes this card to the next level. 95 on the pace, 98 defended and physical, already the 99 shooting, 97 passing. I mean, that card is incredibly statted. The only thing that you need now is the 5-5. He's got everything else you need. The only thing I would have liked to make him more into a top tier CDM would be a defensive playstyle plus, but that's where he's kind of flexing between that box to box as well. I think Petit and Rijkaard put themselves in the S. I think Lema is very much in there, but he's slowly dripping out, I think. I don't think he's as good as what I was kind of expecting. I felt like if Austria did manage to go through a little bit more, I could have seen a bit more from him. But I think when we're looking at this card, at this moment in time, he would put himself into the S category. And then I reckon we're going to start to see Oberdorf come down. We'll see Conte come down, as there's a lot of top-end CDMs, and you only have 1 or 2 positions. So it's going to have to get very strict on the rulings. Ozcan, definitely in the lower category, not really coming in too heavy there. And Douglas Luiz, very, very good card. It's a shame that Brazil literally went out the day or two after as well. It could have been a brilliant card. Obviously, if he got himself an extra playstyle plus, it'd be fantastic. The 4-4 on him, he's very much kind of box-to-box orientated as well, which would be nice. But I think any upgrades on him would have literally made this card absolutely explode. 98, 97, 96... it would have been wonderful, wouldn't it? It'd have been easily an argument for an S plus as well. But that's going to be my list. Let me know down below what you think about it. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this. And who is your DM? Peace.